Hello, and welcome to another edition of Creative Possibilities with CFB Promotional Products. The goal of this podcast is always to show you the creative options that exist, and some products you just need to see them to figure out how you're going to put them into your marketing. And today I'm really excited to introduce Mark, who's going to tell us about events and display products that are going to really tell your brand story and make you stand out and really have that wow effect. So welcome, Mark.
Welcome. Sorry about that.
No worries. Well, thank you for joining us today. And like I mentioned, you guys are the event and display experts that we work with. And whenever I have a project for table covers or banners or event tents, you're our go-to. So I'd like to kind of tell my audience some of the items that exist, but also some creative ways that they can use them and how other customers are using them. So why don't you tell us an overview of your product line?
The concentration on our product is display products. So we're a large format printer, but we concentrate on display product and particularly portables. So they can be moved easily from one place to the next. They are easy to assemble and easy to disassemble for the client. We are a very big resource for displays for events and so forth. So when people think of trade shows, people think of displays and think of us. We can cover things like backdrops, retractable banners, pop-up countertops. We also do outdoor versions of a lot of those items. We also do tents. We do standard banners. We do sale flags. So a lot of these can be used for standard, what they call events or trade shows. Trade shows or events is probably 55 to 60% of our business, but 40% of our business is non-trade show items where you would need visual communication like this. So if you wanted to direct populations and movement from one place to the next, if you want to influence a sale at a point of purchase within a retail setting, within a hospitality setting, if you wanted to promote a product or service within a hospitality, a hotel, a restaurant or bar, we do that as well.
Yeah. And, again, anytime that you need to communicate a message that's important, your tools are the go-to product for that. We have a large customer base that's police departments, and they use your retractable banners to communicate important safety protocols, and also the fire departments with like carbon monoxide poisoning and different tips, to stay safe at home. These are visuals that can help reinforce that message that we all need to see and know. So I know that behind you is your new product line, which is SEG displays. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about those?
These displays that are behind me are silicone edge graphic displays. The ones that are behind me are light boxes. So we offer this type of product with or without lighting. But what silicone edge graphic is sometimes you'll hear it referred to as an acronym SEG, and that stands for silicone edge graphic. If I was to remove the graphic from one of these displays behind me, it would be just a standard fabric, full dye sublimated graphic. But instead of being attached to its hardware via a pillow case style where it goes over to the tube system, or instead of it being attached to that hardware using Velcro, the silicone edge is sewn around the perimeter of the actual graphic. So if you laid it on the floor, there would be a small bead of silicone all the way around. And what that does is there's a channel within the hardware. You push that graphic display inside that channel. And the result is this really clean, upscale, almost professionally made sign looking display that can be either illuminated or non-illuminated. Now, what is not showing, which makes this category very versatile, is we also offer, in addition to the floor displays behind me, the hardware can be wall mounted or it could be suspended from the ceiling, depending upon what the client's needs are.
Very cool. And, the full color graphics are popping with the light, right? Like you use the LED lighting behind it to make it really stand out.
Yes. And just a side note to that, I recently read an article in one of the trade magazines where lighted displays are going to grab somebody's attention 3 times quicker than a non-lighted display. So that is one of the many benefits of these displays, is that when you plug these in, they're eye-catching. Your message is going to be seen instantaneously.
Yeah. So, you are our go-to for table covers, and they come in different sizes, and you could do full color sublimation and even some spot graphics. But what are some benefits to using a branded table cover?
Well, when you're at an event and you have other people around, and you have customers or your potential clients that are looking to make a choice on where they're going to go, what you're printing on that table throw, that message that you're going to be showing there, is going to be very reflective of you, about what your company is, and whether or not that customer really wants to talk to you. So you want to make sure that whatever you have on that table throw is going to draw somebody to your space. Table throw has, depending whether you use a 6 or an 8 foot, it's still a very large area of real estate to imprint. So if you wanted to only imprint on the front, you could do that. But you also have the option of printing the tops and all the sides. So that gives you a lot of imprint area to tell really your story about who you are, what your company's about, and why you want your customers to look at you.
Exactly. And it's a form of identification that they can quickly identify who you are, what you're about, and, really make that connection. Again, you do event tents and banners. So event tents, you're using them for shade and protection, but also another form of identification. What are some of the popular event tents that you offer?
Well, I think the most popular event tent that we have is a 10 by 10 tent. 90% of the orders that we receive in are for that size. Now, if your customer wants smaller, we do offer a 6 by 6 and an 8 by 8. If you want larger, we offer 10 by 15 or 10 by 20. But the ones that you're going to see most requested are going to be a 10 by 10 tent. Then you have to look at what type of hardware you want. So we offer a good, better, best. And we do that with all of our product categories. And you just mentioned table throws. We do that with them as well. But with the tents, we offer you good, better, best. And that really is the hardware that kind of differentiates the three. So you have your standard tent, which is going to be a steel frame, 1.125-inch square leg. And the leg has got a powder coated finish. And of course, it has the push buttons to raise it up. And then we have a crank that you use to raise the pole. It's really important because we don't use a shock cord pole. We use what they call a crank. That tent, the standard tent, is our #1 seller. If you wanted something a little bit more better quality, you would go to the deluxe tent, which is a little bit heavier of a frame. And if then you wanted something a little bit, if you wanted the best out of the good, better, best scenario, then you would go with the premium tent. And the premium tent is an aluminum hexagonal leg frame. When you're purchasing a tent, what you always want to do is you want to consider all the scenarios. So when you buy a tent from us, whether you buy the standard, which is the top seller, or you buy the deluxe, or you buy the premium, which happens to be the second best seller, they're going to come with a stake and rope kit. If you wanted to purchase extra weights, we do have tent ballast weights that you can purchase. We have tent weights, a variety of tent weights that you can purchase in different price ranges. You can buy sandbags. You can buy basically a metal weight that sort of wraps around the leg, which is heavy to carry. You would have to carry those metal weights around. You'd want 4 of them for each of the 4 legs. Or you could do what they call a water/sand ballast, which is an empty plastic, heavy duty plastic type ballast where you can either fill it with water in the spring, summer, and fall. If you're using it in the winter or cold weather, you'd want to fill it with sand because you don't want that water freezing. Or the other thing that you could do is with those, and this would be for any season, you can go to a place like Cabela's and buy that gel that you squeeze in there that actually creates the weight, doesn't freeze in the winter, And then it can easily cleaned out with water. It dissolves in water, and you can rinse it out and make it empty again.
That's a great tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know sustainability is really important these days, and you're one of the leaders in having that sustainable footprint. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that and which products are, fall into that eco-friendly category?
Couple things with what we're offering with sustainability. First off, not only we're offering the product, but we also have a backstory. So we are we joined a company called EcoVadis. What EcoVadis is, it's a company that comes in and takes a look at our processes and our value streams and helps us become more efficient, more green friendly, more earth friendly, more sustainable in everything that we do. Okay. We joined EcoVadis midpoint last year. The goal for this year, because really things got started in January 2023, the goal this year was that we joined at the lowest level, and based on the changes that they have recommended and the changes that we were making, we wanted to try to reach bronze level by December 2023. Well, we've made so many strides. We've already reached silver level as of May 2023. So we've already exceeded our expectations, and we expect to do even more by the end of 2023, which is a good thing. That has to do with, we've changed the packaging from print, like all black boxes, to now standard natural color boxes, because they're easier to break down when they're recycled. All right. That has to do with the packaging that we ship our products out in. It has to do with, we're moving away from plastic bags that we put products inside and then put them in those boxes, to something that's going to be more earth friendly, like paper type bags and so forth. So these are some of the changes that brought us up to that bronze level. So in addition to being a part of EcoVadis, the products that we've brought in to offer customers is, we have 2 table throws. One table throw is made out of 100% PET recycled post. That's the most important thing. Post-consumer water bottles. And then we have a table throw that's made out of standard fat fibers that we make most of our other table throws with, but they're treated with CFB. And what CFB does is it modifies the actual fiber, and that makes it 91.5% biodegradable. All right. We also have a graphic option for our Eurofits. Any Eurofit from 2 foot wide up to 4 foot wide, 2-inch high, and 90-inch high. We offer with that 100% PET post-consumer recycled water bottle graphic. We're also offering a PVC-free graphic, and that's offered in 2 ways. We offer it in our Stratus retractor and our Economy retractor. So anything that's PVC-free, basically vinyl-free, that can be recycled. You can take that graphic, when you're done with it, cut it out of the retractor and put it in the recycling can. Could never do that before with any of our retractors. And then we offer the PVC material in a standard banner material. So normally you would, customer said to you they wanted to buy a banner that was 30 feet by 20 feet because they were going to put it on the outside of a building. We would offer you different options in either vinyl or fabric. We now have a 9-ounce PV-free material that we can offer. Now, there are some restrictions to this material. We can only stitch it. We can't weld it because of the material. And we can only print it single side. But it's still a sustainable option for those customers that look for that. And then the last option would be, any of our Coroplast can be recycled. We never promoted it before, but we've always offered Coroplast. But Coroplast is PVC free, and anything that's Coroplast can be recycled.
Very cool. So as you can see, there is so many options out there, and the goal is, give us a call, tell us what you need, and we can help you find the perfect product or display to tell your story, to highlight your brand and make that connection with your audience. So if you're looking to learn about any products that Mark discussed today, or if you want to discuss a new project, give us a call. My name is Linda, and you could best reach me at 513-6610. Thank you, Mark, for joining us today.
Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. It's a
Until
pleasure.
next time, keep those creative juices flowing.